Hello and good day, ladies and gentlemen. I am Inigo and I would like to welcome all of you back to another video. So today we're going to do something much different. I'm going to make a review on Chinese vanishing on HBO's documentary on China's vanishing Muslims by Vice News. So what I'm gonna do today is that I'm not just gonna have a review on documentary, but I am also going to give my perspectives and my opinions on the situation in Xinjiang. I would first like to give my appreciation to the journalists and the editors who worked very hard and were brave enough to actually visit Xinjiang and record there as well. No matter how many people say otherwise, I I think that's one of the best parts of journalists who are like this. They record and they record things on based on other places where it's supremely censored, like in places like specifically, especially in China. So, but what do I think about the documentary? Well, I think the documentary is simple. It doesn't give much information about how or why the Chinese are doing this or that, so but simply because of terrorism, which which to be honest, the Uyghur people have actually done a few of that in Xinjiang back in the 90s and 2000s, and also that it's simple enough. The Uyghur people are being discriminated and their culture being eliminated, slowly being eliminated by by the Chinese Communist Party, putting children and also adults to re-education camps, not making uh, Uyghurs leave Xinjiang or China, and also pretty much placing the Uyghur people in this open world prison. Now, about the situation in Xinjiang, what do I think? Well, considering that the Chinese government is making Xinjiang look like City 17 from Half Life 2, yes, it's awful. It's absolutely awful. But what do I think? Well, if we talk about Chinese ownership of Xinjiang, well, we have to go back to 1755 during the 10 Great Campaigns when China effectively conquered the area of what we know as Xinjiang. And after that, after almost 3 centuries or so, Xinjiang is effectively part of China. And what I think about the Uyghurs, well, I'd say they should accept Chinese citizenship and their nationality as Chinese people, primarily because their people have already been Chinese, effectively Chinese as nationality, for almost 3 centuries already. However, I can fully understand the reason why some Uyghurs and other people want or feel that they should be independent because the Chinese government's treating them terribly. Why should they accept something that their oppressors are doing to them or giving them? It's just reasonable for them to have the Uyghurs to have their own life, to have their own independence. Though let's look at the facts here. If the Uyghurs eventually have an independent East Turkestan, well, the problem is though that region is going to end up like its Central Asian neighbor. It's going to be irrelevant. It's going to be poor. It's going to be a third world developing country compared to being under China, where they could share and China could develop East or Xinjiang even further. Let's not forget that Xinjiang is not connected to any oceans or any seas, effectively making them a landlocked country, which is not good when it comes to trading. So I'll be honest, the Uyghur people should be treated very well and very fairly, and I think the Chinese government's making a huge problem. Actually, they're making even more complicated with their persecutions against the Uyghur people, and e- effectively making the idea that Uyghurs should respect the Chinese government almost non-existent anymore. But all I can do is I think all I can do is pray for peace and pray that the Chinese government eventually treats the Uyghurs much better that they deserve. Okay, thank you very much and have a good day.